You check your dipstick a week after an oil change, and that beautiful golden amber oil has already turned dark brown or even black. Your first thought, something's wrong with my engine, or the mechanic didn't actually change my oil. But here's what most people don't realize, that black oil is actually proof your engine oil is doing exactly what it's designed to do. According to a 2024 study, over 78% of vehicle owners unnecessarily worry when they see fresh oil turn dark shortly after service. After 25 years as a mechanic, I can tell you that oil color is one of the most misunderstood aspects of engine maintenance. People panic over perfectly healthy oil while missing actual warning signs that matter. Today, I'm explaining the real science behind why oil turns black, when it's completely normal versus when it's a problem, and the actual indicators that tell you your oil needs changing. Because color alone, it's almost meaningless. Let's break down what's really happening inside your engine. Before we dive into why oil turns black, let's understand what your oil is actually doing while it circulates through your engine. Modern engine oils contain specialized chemicals called detergents and dispersants. These aren't just lubricants, they're active cleaning agents designed to scrub your engine's internal components. In the engine combustion process, soot and other impurities are generated, and the detergent additives in the engine oil have the responsibility to keep the engine internal surfaces clean. Think of it this way, your oil is like a sponge that's constantly soaking up contamination. As it picks up soot particles, combustion byproducts, and microscopic carbon deposits, those contaminants stay suspended in the oil rather than forming harmful sludge on engine parts. This suspended soot is what gives your oil that dark appearance, sometimes just hours or days after an oil change. The oil turning black isn't failure. It's proof the detergents and dispersants are doing their job, cleaning your engine and carrying contaminants to the oil filter. If your oil stayed perfectly clean after thousands of miles, that would indicate the detergents aren't working, which is actually a problem. Now let's look at the specific reasons oil turns black. Reason number 1, soot from incomplete combustion. While heat cycles cause oil to darken, soot causes oil to turn black. Most people associate soot with diesel engines, but gasoline engines can produce soot as well, particularly modern gasoline direct injection engines. Soot is a byproduct of incomplete combustion. Here's the scale we're talking about. Soot particles are less than 1 micron in size. For comparison, a human hair is roughly 70 microns in diameter. These particles are so incredibly small they don't cause engine wear. They're literally smaller than the clearances in your engine's bearings. If soot particles agglomerate into larger wear-causing contaminants, your oil filter will catch them. Sometimes people who use bypass filtration systems, which can filter contaminants down to 2 microns, express surprise that the motor oil is still black. Soot, however, can still elude filtration down to 2 microns. Any finer filtration and the filter could catch dissolved additives in the motor oil. The bottom line, soot makes oil black, but the soot itself isn't damaging your engine. The oil is suspending those particles and transporting them to the filter. This is exactly what you want to happen. Reason number 2, heat cycles and oxidation. Every time you drive, your engine goes through what's called a heat cycle. During your morning commute, your engine reaches normal operating temperature, typically 195 to 220 degrees Fahrenheit, heating the motor oil. Then the oil cools while your car sits in the parking lot. During lunch, the oil is exposed to heat again during your drive to run errands. The process repeats on the way home, and the next day, and the next. These heat cycles continually expose the oil to high heat, which naturally darkens motor oil. Some additives in motor oil are more susceptible to darkening in the presence of heat than others. Additionally, normal oxidation can darken oil. Oxidation occurs when oxygen molecules interact with oil molecules and cause chemical breakdown, just like how oxygen causes a cut apple to brown or iron to rust. High heat accelerates oxidation. The motor oil contacts nearly everything inside the engine during operation, including deposits that may have formed on engine parts. As the oil scrubs these surfaces clean, it picks up tiny amounts of pre-existing contamination, which further darkens the oil. All of this is completely normal. Heat cycles are unavoidable, and oxidation is a natural chemical process that happens to all petroleum products over time. Reason number 3, diesel engines and exhaust gas recirculation. If you drive a diesel, your oil turns black exceptionally fast, sometimes within the first few hundred miles after an oil change. In fact, diesel engine oil can turn completely black within 500 miles, and this is normal and expected. Why? Most modern diesel engines use high compression to optimize torque and horsepower while minimizing emissions. When diesel fuel is compressed during the internal combustion process, more piston ring blow-by occurs. Remnants of the combusted diesel fuel turn to soot, and when it moves past the piston rings, it ends up in the engine's crankcase where the engine oil is stored. This diesel combustion blowby is much greater compared to a typical gasoline-fueled engine. Gasoline engines combust at much lower compression, creating less blowby and resulting in much less soot. Additionally, most modern diesel engines have exhaust gas recirculation systems, known as EGR. These systems allow a select amount of exhaust to be reingested back into the intake system and combustion chamber. The increased combustion temperatures burn fuel more efficiently, reducing tailpipe emissions. However, the reingested exhaust gases also increase contamination of the diesel engine oil, causing it to turn black more quickly. If you're driving a diesel and your oil is jet black after just a few hundred miles, don't panic. That's completely normal and indicates the oil is doing its job suspending soot particles. Diesel oils are specifically formulated with higher concentrations of dispersants to handle this normal soot load. Quick question before we continue. Have you ever changed your oil early because it looked too dark, even though you hadn't hit your mileage interval? Drop a comment and let me know. If you're finding this information useful, hit that like button. We're about to cover when dark oil actually is a problem and what you should look for instead of color. Now let's talk about when dark or black oil actually indicates a problem, because there are legitimate warning signs. Color just isn't one of them. Warning sign number 1. Oil that's black and thick or sludgy. Dark oil by itself is fine. Dark oil that's also noticeably thicker than fresh oil, or that has a sludge-like consistency, indicates contamination beyond normal soot. This happens when oil breaks down from extended use, overheating, or contamination with coolant or fuel. If you pull your dipstick and the oil doesn't drip smoothly but instead comes off in clumps or has a gel-like texture, that's a problem. Fresh oil, even when dark, should still flow smoothly. Warning sign number 2. Oil that smells like gasoline. If you can smell fuel in your oil, that indicates fuel dilution. Gasoline is getting into your crankcase. This happens from incomplete combustion during excessive short trip driving, where the engine never fully warms up, or from mechanical issues like leaking fuel injectors or worn piston rings. Fuel dilution is more concerning than most color changes because gasoline thins the oil's viscosity, reducing its ability to lubricate properly. If you smell fuel in your oil, change it promptly and try to take longer drives that fully warm the engine. Persistent fuel smell warrants diagnosis of fuel system or engine issues. Warning sign number 3. Milky or light tan oil. If your oil looks like a milkshake, opaque tan, beige, or coffee with cream appearance, that indicates water or coolant contamination. This is serious and suggests a head gasket leak, cracked block, or failed cooler. However, there's an important exception. If you only see milky residue under the oil filler cap but the dipstick oil looks normal, that's almost always just condensation, not coolant contamination. The oil cap is the coolest surface in the valve cover, so moisture from combustion condenses there first. This is especially common with short trips in cold or humid weather. Take a 30-minute highway drive to fully warm the engine and burn off moisture. If the dipstick oil is normal color and coolant level is stable, you're fine. Warning sign number 4. Oil level dropping significantly between changes. Color doesn't matter if your engine is consuming oil at an abnormal rate. If you're adding a quart or more between oil changes, that indicates wear, burning oil past valve seals or rings, or external leaks. Address oil consumption issues regardless of oil color. These are the actual warning signs that matter, not the color of the oil on your dipstick. So if color doesn't tell you when to change oil, what does? The only surefire way to determine if oil has reached the end of its service life is to perform oil analysis. Chemically analyzing an oil sample reveals the condition of the oil, the presence of contaminants, fuel dilution, metal wear particles, and remaining additive concentrations. Several companies offer oil analysis services, including Blackstone Labs and Oil Analyzers Incorporated. For about $30 to $40, you send them a sample of your used oil, and they provide a detailed report telling you exactly what's happening inside your engine and whether the oil can safely continue in service. Absent oil analysis, the best approach is to follow the oil change recommendation given in your vehicle owner's manual or by the motor oil manufacturer. Modern synthetic oils with quality additive packages can safely run 7,500 to 10,000 miles in gasoline engines, or even longer in some applications, despite turning dark within the first 1,000 miles. Your owner's manual oil change interval is based on engineering analysis of how long the oil maintains its protective properties under normal driving conditions. That interval accounts for the oil turning dark. It's designed around oil chemistry, not appearance. If you change your oil every 3,000 miles because it looks dark, you're wasting money on unnecessary oil changes. That dark oil at 3,000 miles still has plenty of service life remaining if you're using quality oil. Let's address some common myths about oil color that refuse to die. Myth number 1. Black oil means it's worn out and needs changing. False. As we've established, discoloration is a natural byproduct of heat and soot particles that are too small to wear out your engine. Oil darkness is not an indication of the oil's condition. The detergents and dispersants in the oil are what cause it to darken, as it does its job cleaning the engine and carrying particulates to the oil filter. Myth number 2. Oil should stay amber-colored throughout its service life. False. If your oil doesn't darken at all after thousands of miles, that actually suggests the detergents aren't working. Oil staying perfectly clean could indicate low-quality oil with inadequate additives or an engine that's not running properly. Myth number 3. Diesel oil turns black because it's lower quality. False. Diesel oil is actually formulated with more robust additives than gasoline oil, specifically to handle the higher soot load from diesel combustion. The rapid darkening of diesel oil is proof those dispersants are suspending soot particles as designed. High-quality diesel oils can safely run extended drain intervals despite being jet black after just a few hundred miles. Myth number 4. You need engine flush products if your oil turns black quickly. False for most vehicles. If your engine is new or has low mileage and has been maintained with regular oil changes, you don't need engine oil cleaners or flushing additives. These treatments should only be used if a mechanic has inspected the inside of the engine and found excessive deposits. You can check this yourself by removing the engine valve cover and inspecting the valve train area. If the valve train is clean, the entire engine is likely clean and flushing is unnecessary. Here's the practical advice you can actually use. For gasoline engines, stop judging your oil by color. Check your oil level regularly, look for the warning signs I mentioned: thick/sludgy consistency, fuel smell, milky appearance, or excessive consumption, and change your oil based on your owner's manual interval or oil analysis results. If you're using quality synthetic oil and driving mostly highway miles, your oil can safely run 7,500 to 10,000 miles even though it turns dark within the first 1,000. For diesel engines, expect your oil to turn completely black within 500 miles. This is normal. Diesel oils are specifically engineered to handle high soot loads. Focus on your maintenance interval and oil level, not color. Modern diesel oils can often run 10,000 to 15,000 miles or more depending on formulation and application, despite being black the entire time. For all engines, if you want to truly know your oil's condition, send a sample for analysis. It costs about $30 to $40 and provides detailed chemical analysis that color can never reveal. Oil analysis tells you about metal wear, fuel dilution, coolant contamination, remaining additive levels, and whether you can safely extend your drain interval. The key insight: oil color tells you almost nothing useful. It's one of the least reliable indicators of oil health. Focus on the factors that actually matter: proper intervals, quality oil, regular level checks, and attention to actual warning signs. The bottom line on black engine oil: it's doing its job. Those detergents are scrubbing your engine clean. Those dispersants are suspending contaminants. That soot is being carried to your filter instead of forming deposits on critical components. The next time you check your dipstick and see dark oil, don't panic and don't rush to change it. Ask yourself these questions instead. Am I within my recommended oil change interval? Is the oil level correct? Does it smell normal? Does it have normal consistency? Are there any actual symptoms like smoke, noise, or warning lights? If the answers are yes, within interval, correct level, normal smell, normal consistency, and no symptoms, then your black oil is perfectly fine. It's protecting your engine exactly as designed. After 25 years of working on engines, I've seen people waste thousands of dollars on unnecessary early oil changes because they didn't understand that dark oil is healthy oil. I've also seen engines damaged from extended intervals where people ignored legitimate warning signs because the oil still looked pretty clean. Judge your oil by science, not appearance. Follow your maintenance intervals, use quality products, and pay attention to actual indicators of oil condition. Your engine and your wallet will thank you. Next week, I'm testing whether oil additives like Lucas or STP actually extend engine life or if they're just expensive placebos. I'll be running before and after oil analysis to see what these products actually do to your oil's chemistry. If this explanation changed how you think about oil changes, subscribe and hit that notification bell. We break down automotive myths with real science every week. Drop a comment with the biggest misconception you had about engine oil before watching this. And share this video with someone who's been changing their oil too early because it looks dark. Thanks for watching, and remember, black oil is happy oil doing its job. Stop judging it by appearance and start judging it by science.